So in the drug and dice, in the last lecture we have studied the amoxicillin. I hope that you all understand the role of the amoxicillin in the treating various diseases. Next category is the helminthiasis category. Helminthiasis. So actually, first we have to understand the helminthiasis. Then we use the drug against the helminthiasis, that is anti-helminthiasis drugs. This point is also included in our notes. All the points which we were discussed and we are discussing now also, and we will discuss in further lecture, that all points are included in your notes. The focus is that you can easily understand all the points easily. So helminthiasis, this diagram, by looking at these diagrams, I think you all understand what is the helminthiasis. Okay, because these are related with our life. So these are the parasites. These are all the parasites. Okay, which they take the nutritions from the other organisms. Okay, they cannot prepare their own foods. They are dependable on the other organisms, dependable on their host. So these are the parasitic in natures. So they causes the macroparasitic diseases, जिसको हम जनरली जत बोलते हैं. जत जत नाम का वर्ड आपने सुना होगा. जंतु बोलते हैं बहुत सारे लोग, और कोई जत बोलते हैं. तो helminthiasis is the condition resulting from the infection, and it is a more relevant disease. Okay, and it is spread all over the world, especially in the tropical countries, and it is found in the areas where sanitary facilities are lack, or lack of sanitary facilities are there, or lack of the supply of the pure water. Generally, these enter into the body through the waters. Okay, and water means quality of water is not good. Okay, at that time these are enters into the body. That's why many doctors suggested that the water should be boiled before use. If you boil the water, at that time these types of parasite will be killed. So these are enter into the body through the medium, and they remains in the body in the intestinal parts, where it grow and multiply means the number of quantities in their intestinal regions. Okay, generally it is found in the poverty and illiterate peoples. Okay, so in India the most common founding, that is the roundworm and the threadworms, are the most common found in the pinworms. Also tapeworms also are there. Okay, and the filarial worms, these are worms are found in the Indian regions. So we use the drugs to kill this helminthiasis. Okay, so that drugs are the anti-helminthiastic drugs. So these drugs, whether it kill or eliminate the parasitic worms from the body, and anti-helminthic, okay, these are the dangerous to the health. Okay, absorb the nutrition generally found in maximum quantity in the childhood, and which suppress the growth of the child. So these are caused due to the polluted water or contaminated water or infected waters. Sometimes it enter through the meat and the parasites also. So they are enter in the into the form of the larva, and the size of that larva is very small. Sometimes we cannot see it. Okay, so these are the helminthiasis, and drug used to control this is the anti-helminthic drugs. I hope you understand. So point in our notes is that what is the helminthiasis and explain its different types. Okay. So helminthiasis is a condition resulting from the worms infestations and is one of the most prevalent diseases in the world. This is due to the lack of the adequate sanitary facilities, lack of supply of the pure waters, okay, coupled with the poverty and the literacy. The helminthies are the classified into the cystodes, then the trematodes and the nematodes. Okay, in the cystode category, these helminthiasis have the flat segmented body and absorb food by the osmosis. That is, example is a tapeworm. Second type is the trematodes. This is trematodes is looking like leaf-like structure and have the oral opening through which they acquire food matters. Example, flukeworms. Third category is the nematodes. So they having the shape of the elongated bodies. Example is the roundworms, whipworms, flaria worms. Okay, these are the worms generally found. Here the examples are also okay, and we explain here. Next is category is the antibiotics. So in the earlier lecture, I have given the some informations, okay, regarding the antibiotics. There are the broadly categories, that is antibiotic and antiviral drugs. Antibiotics do not kill the viruses or the bacteria, but it motivate or help to body so that it become a powerful, develop the immunity to battle against these pathogens or microbes, viruses and the bacteria. So the substance produced by the generally it is the produced by the microorganisms, and this capacity of this microorganism is that inhibiting the growth, and even sometimes it destroy also other organisms. So it is the chemical substances. Antibiotic is the chemical subcompounds derived from the or produced from the living organisms, which is capable in small concentrations of the inhibiting the life process of other organisms, other microorganisms. So it is also the part of the organism. Means the organism used to kill the organisms. Okay, so it is a raw material form. Okay, genetical form. It is used to kill the another microorganisms to enter into the body to battle against that particular unwanted microorganisms which kill the. So antibiotics block the biochemical pathway important for the bacteria, hence they are effective against them. A most example is the penicillin, okay, amoxicillin, tetracycline. Many bacteria make a cell wall to protect themselves. The antibiotics block the bacterial process that build the cell walls. So antibiotics work only against the bacteria and not against the viruses. So these are the some points included in our notes, that is give the general uses of the antibiotics. So they are therapeutics used to cure the pneumonia, meningitis, tuberculosis, typhoid, etc. They are clinically effective against the protozoans and the fungal infections. Antibiotics are having the tumor inhibiting properties. They are used in agriculture and also to produce the mutation in the molds by genetic engineering. Antibiotics Antibiotics are become a useful tool in the study of the biochemical cellular mechanisms. They are used as animal feed supplements and in preservative forms. Okay, fresh seafood also. So next point is the drug in the category of the fluconazole. Okay, have you heard the or what you imagine by looking this poster? आप क्या सोचते हैं ये पोस्टर देखकर? बोलिए. मेरा आवाज आता है ना? हेलो.
सर आता है.
और स्क्रीन विजिबल है ना?
जी सर.
ओके. So, and fluconazole drug is the most common drugs we use in day-to-day life. I think many of us used these types of the drugs in the tablet form, in the solution form, in the soap form also. There are soaps also there for the fluconazole types containing the fluconazole drugs. Shampoos are also there which is having the fluconazoles, because generally it is used in the treatment of the fungus, fungal infections. Okay, it is most commonly used in the treatment of the fungal infection. So fungal infection, it may be of the skin also, it may be the skin of the hands, okay, skin of the face, skin of the palm, okay, and the skin of the scalp also. So it may be of the any of these areas. It may be of the any of these areas. So we are dealing this disease sometimes. Okay, so it is looks like this. The skin diseases, it is looks like this. Okay, maximum peoples having or maximum patients are suffering with these types of skin diseases. So these are the common in India. Okay, generally it is uh, due to the non-proper sanitations, non-proper cleanliness. Okay, at that time, these types of diseases are spread from one place to the other place also. Okay, some are fungal diseases are the contagious, spread from the one person to the another person also. So to treat these types of drugs, To treat this type of diseases, the drug used it is called as antifungal drugs. Okay. So fluconazole is one of the category of the antifungal drugs. So the categories in which the fungal infections are the prophylaxis of the mycosis like athlete's foods, okay, ringworms, candidiasis. Candidiasis, I think it is the most commonly found in our in surrounding areas. Okay, candidiasis, cryptococci, meningitis. It is are the most common skin diseases. Okay, so antifungal drugs used to treat these types of diseases. These are generally anti-fungal drugs are generally the anti-mycotic drugs, and they are classified. Okay, that is the main two categories. That is the fungicide or fungistatics. So in that, one of the drugs is the fluconazole. Fluconazole is the one of the important drug to treat these types of the diseases. So question is in our notes is that the give the synthesis, uses and the side effect of the fluconazole. So synthesis of the fluconazole is the from the 1-bromo 2,4 difluorobenzene is reacted with the 1,3-dichloroacetones, and the reaction is given here. Okay, reacted with the 1,2,4 triazole in the basic medium to obtain the fluconazole. So we have to draw these structures, okay, step by step. First step, second step, and the final steps. In the final step, we are replace the chlorine items, okay, with the 1,2,4 triazole. Triazole is the five-membered rings containing three nitrogen atoms. So this types of the product, that is a more two types of the containing rings, triazole rings, okay, and one rings containing the benzene having the two fluorine atoms. So this is the one of the drugs used to treat the fungal infections. So this is the complex structures having the fluorine atom, heteroatom, and nitrogen atom. So you can understand the nitrogen is the most important moiety generally used in the medicine. Okay, so you can think that you can do the focus on this nitrogen containing medicines also, because the many medicines are there which are having the one of the important element as a nitrogen in their structures. So nitrogen having the more importance. Okay, some structures having the fluorine also, that is the fluconazole types of structure. So I think you can understand the use of the fluconazole. Okay. Once again, here in the notes also, it is used to treat the persons who have undergone the bone marrow transplantation to prevent the candidiasis. Okay, candidiasis disease. It is used treat the meningitis caused by the fungus. Okay, cryptococcus fungus also there. So the tablets cause headache, sometimes side effects is also there, diarrhea, stomach upset, and the pain, vomiting, and the rashes are the side effects of that drugs. So this is all about the today's lecture. Okay. I think